Little storyteller.
Professor Quibble's exploding volcano cake. In a cosy lab filled with bubbling beakers and colourful charts lived Professor Quibble, a kind and enthusiastic inventor with a fluffy white bunny named Pip by his side. Pip had soft, twitching nose and big bright eyes. Today was a very important day, the annual science fair. Professor Quibble wanted to bake a very special cake, a volcano cake that would erupt with fizzy frosting. He had two helpful lab assistants, Zoom, a speedy little cheetah with bright yellow fur, and Zippy, a clever squirrel with a bushy tail and sparkling brown eyes. They mixed the cake batter in a big blue bowl. Zoom zoomed around collecting flour and sugar, while Zippy carefully measured the milk. Professor Quibble, with his round glasses perched on his nose, added the secret ingredient for the eruption. Baking soda. He wanted a big eruption, so he added a big spoonful, and then another, and just one more for good measure. The cake baked in the oven, smelling sweet and warm. Once it cooled, Professor Quibble and his assistants frosted it with bright red frosting to look like a volcano. Now for the exciting part. Professor Quibble drizzled a special fizzy liquid into the top of the volcano. Suddenly, the frosting started to bubble, and bubble, and bubble some more. It didn't just fizz, it foamed and overflowed, cascading down the sides of the cake like a giant red wave. "Oh dear!" exclaimed Professor Quibble, his whiskers twitching. "I think I added a little too much baking soda." Zoom, being super speedy, grabbed empty bowls. Zippy, thinking fast, found some large spoons. Working together, they carefully scooped up the overflowing fizzy frosting and put it into the bowls. Pip hopped around, his nose wiggling with excitement. Soon the frosting flood was contained. The volcano cake still looked a little messy, but it was safe. Professor Quibble smiled. "Thank you, my clever assistants. You saved the day." At the science fair, even though the volcano cake had a big eruption mishap, everyone was amazed by the fizzy frosting. And Professor Quibble explained, "We learned today that even a little too much of something can make a big difference. But with teamwork and quick thinking, we can solve any problem." Zoom and Zippy beamed with pride as Pip nibbled happily on a little bit of the extra fizzy frosting.
Please subscribe. Thank you.